They run him, or was it something special you guys were doing to get to him?
Oh, I think our guys played pretty good up front. Nothing special. I think that they, have some design opportunities for him, and sometimes coverage was decent, and he's holding the ball, so that we felt like going in that if we could get lined up and be in the right position, that we'd make him hold the ball a little bit. So I think it's a byproduct of a few of those things.
Came up with 4 sacks, but Daniel Jones is a hard guy to bring down, isn't he?
He's big, and he's athletic, so he's just a big, long dude, and very talented guy. I don't know how many other opportunities there were. There's a couple other opportunities, but thought again our guys really up front. Those guys played pretty good. Just some new stuff. It's not our guys' fault, I think our guys came ready to play, and so that's on me. Making adjustments and didn't understand what they're doing, and I thought our guys responded well. But they just some new stuff. Sometimes you get new stuff every week to a certain degree, and but there's some big, serious structural adjustment things that have to take place. You're going to be out leveraged and not have guys in the right spots, and so the success that they had on those that's not our guys' fault, that's on me.
How much do these guys continue to uniquely impress you game after game?
The biggest thing is just having the right mindset, the right attitude, and humility, and the toughness, and just the hunger, and just the intentional focus and effort and willingness to be led. That's all very unique, and to sustain that too, because it's hard, man. Seasons are long, my job is to scream and yell and correct and tell you what you didn't do right, and be the bearer of bad news a lot, and sometimes that can from one year to the next that can fall on deaf ears, or just guys get tired of begin the grind, and that's all part of the grind. And having that mental toughness and to be able to sustain that says a lot about, again, our leadership and even the youth that are willing to be led. A guy like Xavier, because he's one of our youngest guys, freshman. How many? We've playing some freshman corners. So really, he's one of the main freshmen playing for us on defense. And again, he has such a great humility, and he'll own when he makes mistakes. A lot of young guys, man, they want to front. They don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to have accountability. They want to cool. When their teammates are watching, and he couldn't be. He's everything anti that, and so that's refreshing. And so anyway, it's a fun group of guys to coach, really, because of all those things.
We saw a lot of Shaq Smith tonight, probably more than we have all season.
Yeah.
Is that a product of what they do offensively?
Well, he had really practiced well, and J.D. Davis had a little hamstring issue, and so we really didn't know a whole bunch, going into the game. I thought J.D. was going to go, but they just wouldn't loosen up on him. But Shaq's been practicing really well. We've been talking about that. It's really kind of getting the opportunity. We have some depth there. And every week's a little bit different, not necessarily scheme and all that, but maybe situationally what's going on, the flow of the game and things of that nature. But I think you got a little glimpse of what Shaq's been doing. He's been doing work, and it's fun to. He's always had an unbelievable attitude all along. Despite, I'm sure, inside there's probably some frustration or just wanting. He understands, but at the same time, he'd like to. Nothing's funner than playing, and being rewarded for your hard work, and you're looking always for those situations where you can reward guys. And Shaq's really worked hard and deserved that opportunity. Played well tonight.
Coach, having a lot of touchdowns in the last 2 games, having a lot of first half touchdowns, 13 in the last 16. I know you don't like to make comparisons, but it's starting to feel like the best group you've ever had.
I don't know. I'm a play-by-play, drive-by-drive, live and die every play, good and bad with the guys. I don't know. That's good. You feel, not to take anything lightly or discredit our guys by any stretch. But we have been in a pretty decent rhythm, and we certainly haven't been perfect. but we've been in pretty good rhythm here. However long, I lose sight. I really, literally forget. I'll forget who we just played. Within 24 hours. Like, who we just played? Like, literally have those. That's dementia too, probably, and anyway. But so that's pretty good.
Brent, did Cleveland's performance that qualifies playing with your hair on fire tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's how he practices, all the time. He's an alpha dog, loves to compete, loves to play. He loves, he's got, broad set of shoulders that loves to have pressure on him. He wants guys to look to him to lead, and, he's just always got this very contagious, infectious attitude, just about everything, good and bad. Man, he'll be the first one. If he messes up, man, it means so much to him. And you just love that. He's a very intentional, passionate, focused guy that demands a lot of himself and expects more than you could ever expect from him.
We had Albert Huggins a few minutes ago, and he said he wasn't sure that he was ever going to make it this far.
Yeah.
How much have you seen him grow?
Really proud of Albert, man. He really has. And he just decided to change how he thinks. It's as simple as that. It's a simple thing. And, what his teammates think of him is important now. What his coaches think of him is important. He just have a different set of, or a sense of maturity and accountability. And I think he's kind of actually having fun. I think before he's had to just leave a little bit in the tank because he didn't want to get too tired and too worked up at practice and things of that nature. And so he just always just didn't quite realize and maximize his ability. And with just the same kind of effort and focus towards just going a little bit harder as opposed to saving a little bit for the end, he's realized, man, he's capable of so much more. And I think he's having fun and enjoying that. And great example that it doesn't happen overnight for everybody. And but if he's got some stick-to-itness, it'll happen. And thankfully, again, his teammates, he'll be the first one to tell you, his teammate's the one that didn't give up on him. And there's a little peer pressure there to help pull him through the knothole.
Coach, what are you going through?
Back to Cleveland real quick. I know people see the